Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm coming to you from Down Under today with day number 8 in the May I Scrap Lift You Hop Around the World for Instagram and YouTube. Today we're lifting Mel Walkden, and she's another Aussie from Tasmania. So we're using her layout, and I have created this one, a companion page for one I've done previously. So I've gone through and I've selected papers. Mel, of course, has done a plain background, which she mixed media'd up. Me, of course, and you'll get to know me if you watch my videos, I really struggle with the plain background. I always have to start with another one. I've taken a whole heap of different scraps in the colours that I want to use because I like to use up all my scraps where I can. And I contemplated using the gold and white side, but then I went with this sort of a mixed media-y background with the black and white because it reflected the colours of my photo. I didn't have a chevron stencil of my own, so I created one. I've used a piece of cardstock and I cut in the chevrons into it, and I'm using that to create my chevron base, and it just shows that you can do that even if you don't have the stencil. You can easily create one for yourself. Now I have this great new paste that I bought just from our local Kmart actually, and it's quite thick and it's quite a good quality, so I'm very impressed that I bought that, and it wasn't that expensive. I have cut out a 1-inch frame, as everybody knows that that's what I like to do, and I'm just cutting up all of my pieces of paper that I'm going to use as my fishtail banners. Just used up all the colours that I have laying around from my previous Jurassic World layouts so that they all tie together in my album and they all have that connectedness happening. Then I cut my fishtails. I just fold the bottom into the centre and then just cut out that little triangle, and it gives an equal balanced fishtail at the bottom. As you can see, I've got them all in one length, but I'm going to trim them down now based, like you can see, I eyeball. I don't actually measure. I think I measure one lot of them, and that's because they're the top ones and I want them to be the right size. So using those, I've created all of the banners that Mel has on her layout, and I'm now using a scrap here to do the base for my photo. So it just goes to show that keeping your scraps is a good idea because you can actually reuse them and extend your stash life. This was at Jurassic World last year. We went as a family. It was a fun event. My children are all Jurassic Park mad. It doesn't matter which child it is. They all love Jurassic Park. And we went to the Jurassic World exhibition, and it was an amazing event. We had so much fun. We were fooling around, reliving moments and so forth. Now, Mel has got lots of chevrons cut into hers, and I have created my own little chevrons because they're nice and easy. You just fold your piece of cardstock that you're going to use in half, cut off a diagonal, and then just cut up the diagonals the way or width that you'd like. I also had a few chevrons in my stash from a previous long time ago when I had cut them out, and I put them aside thinking I'll use them one day, and now that day has come, and you can see they've got the pieces missing from the middle of them. They give that different effect. That's I did on my Cricut for a layout about a year and a half ago, I think, and now I'm using them. So nothing ever goes to waste in our beautiful crafting world, and we can always use them somewhere along the line. And it was just fortuitous that they were the right colours for me today. As I said, I love putting together bits and pieces. I love our art where we cut apart pieces of paper and stick it all back together again and create a new and better look. So Mel has had 3 clusters on her page, and I have copied that concept on mine, and I've used titles to put mine there. The only difference with mine is that I've got chevrons that are like cut from the paper into my layout, whereas Mel has used some mixed media to build hers. I'm using die cuts here to build up my 3rd cluster. I've got 2 titles, a title and a subtitle, and I've got die cuts creating the 3rd one. I'm tying them all together with the leaves and the colours so that you can see that there's that balance across the layout. It's really important that everything is cohesive, I think. it makes it that much easier when you're looking into the layout. Now I've got these two sentiments here, and you see that I'm deciding whether I'm using them or I'm not using them. And when I stick it all down, which I've gone and done because you don't need to see me doing that, I have put both in and I've just rearranged where they were. I've used a white gel pen to add some faux stitching and a black fine marker to put in some more, and that's just to give some definition and lift those banners up a little bit off that flat background. I'm putting in some faux stitching onto some of the chevrons, and that too adds to the detail. Now this is where I get messy and I'm not very good at it, and I apologise. I am using white paint. See, look, dribbled it all over my paint, but that's okay. It looks like the background. No mistakes, just different. And I am just splattering the paint across to finish off the effect in the layout. I like how it adds that extra detail into your layouts. And as you can see, it's becoming a favourite that I'm using quite regularly. This is how my layout has turned out. I really do like it. I'm just adding in my Nouveaux. Of course I am. I wouldn't have a layout without Nouveaux. And I'm doing it into the set of 3 in a triangular shape to draw the eye around. Luckily the clusters are in the 3s and that just marries nicely. So subconsciously those Nouveau drops allow your eye to go right around the page and circulate around that photo, and the photo becomes the center regardless of what else is on the page with it. So that's a little trick just to remember. And I'm putting in my journaling with my daughter's name, the year that it was at, and where we were. And we were at the Jurassic World exhibition. And that's important because future generations, would they look at them, will want to know what is going on, and it will stop that confusion. Was there really dinosaurs? No, it was just an exhibition. Alright, so there's my layout. I've got my splatters, I've got my fishtail banners, I've got my chevrons, I've got the single photo and the 3 clusters just like Mel. And she's going to have her details in my description box down below, along with all the other players in the playlist. So don't forget to go and have a look and see what they're all doing on day 8 of this May I Scrap Lift You month, and give some love where it's needed. Remember, like us if you like our work. It lets YouTube know that we're producing things that you want to see, and hopefully I've given you some inspiration of taking one layout that looks like this is Mel's layout, and turning it into this layout, which is mine. And as you can see, the main core elements are there, the clusters are all built, and the detail is all complementary to what Mel has on her layout. So I'm pleased that you've stayed through and you've watched. Thank you for giving up some of your time today. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, if there's something here that you like, give me a like. It lets YouTube know that I'm giving you what you want. If you comment, I'll get back to you. And I really do want to say thank you to those that have subscribed and keep returning. It makes my day when I see that you're coming back and leaving a comment. I'm Kathy, and I'm coming to you from down under. I can be found on Instagram under my handle, Kathy Loves to Scrap. That's where all my layouts end up, even the ones without videos. Thanks again for watching today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy scrapping!